Good evening, everybody. I want to welcome you to New Moon Manifesting. I'm super excited about this specific show, and I will share that information in a little bit. And we're going to be starting up some new ways of doing things. So I'm just kind of giving you a heads up now because I've taken some amazing training. I took this 42-hour healing class last week that it like blows everything away that I've ever done. I've been a healer for over 20 years. Oh, by the way, I'm Jenna Groska. So welcome to New Moon Manifesting for those of you that are new. I've been a healer and teacher for over 20 years, and I've been asking the universe for quite a while to provide me with tools to help people heal and manifest faster. And taking this class last week, I was like, oh my God, I can't wait. And so the timing is perfect because New Moon Manifesting is going through its Jupiter return. I'm going to talk about what that even means. For those of you into astrology, you'll know what that means, but this is our 12th year of doing New Moon Manifesting. So let me start with sharing my screen and getting all the info set up. Yeah, we don't want Enya's Christmas, but that's where the file is until we get over here. Oh, wait. Hold the phones, Jack. All right, let's try this one more time. Share screen. Advanced portion. Share. And I need you to go away. There we go, Sag. And let's move you just a little bit. Okay, we are in the box. Let's rock and roll. So again, welcome to New Moon Manifesting. We are talking about the Sagittarius New Moon today. This actually took place this morning, and normally I do the new moon calls prior to the new moon, but I felt inspired to do it tonight. And this was a really big energy. Not only Sagittarius is a big energy, but we had a solar eclipse with this. So there's a lot of energy that's shifting and will continue to shift as we move into the new year. So we're going to talk a little bit about how this is affecting you, how you can use it to manifest more, and how to make the most out of 2021. Now, because Sagittarius is kind of a bigger picture, it helps you see from that bird's eye perspective of new opportunities. You're going to be open to new possibilities. So just be very aware of what's coming up around you and for you, because that will support you in maybe letting go of the way you used to do things and opening up to new ways of doing things. So specifically the Sagittarius energy, even if you don't have any planets in your natal chart in Sagittarius, we are all influenced by all 12 of the astrology signs. And you can learn how to maximize each one of these to manifest more by discovering what house, what astrology house this falls in for you. And it's important for you to really, with any new moon, to take this opportunity to pause and to prepare for the next steps that align you with whatever your goals and dreams are. And understanding where this falls in your astrology chart will help you in setting your intentions for the new moon. So Sagittarius is a fire sign. This is about making things happen. It's about being adventurous and an explorer. It's outgoing and it's ready to take action. So you may have big ideas for the future, and Sag loves that adventure, that sense of freedom. It's also a mutable sign, so it is completely tied into flexibility and being adaptable to any situation. And it helps you break free of some of those limiting, restrictive old patterns that maybe you've been stuck in. So you may literally be cutting cords and letting go of the old way of doing things so that you can step into what potentials the future has for you. And as you are looking into the future, you know, what insights are you seeing? What new opportunities are opening up? And the Sagittarius gives you that overall perspective of what that could possibly be. So if you're feeling called to expand in a particular area, this is a great time to up-level your skills through a class or a course, or deepening your spiritual practice so that you are aligned with what your higher self is directing you towards. So I'm calling this new moon Ignite, because Sagittarius is a fire sign, helps you ignite new systems, new passion, new enthusiasm, maybe even taking yourself to a new level. And it's often during this time of year that people overcommit their time and energy. So I want you to be aware of that if you feel like you're always saying yes, that this is an opportunity for you to maybe say no, take a step back, and really be open to the possibilities. This is an independent and a very adaptable energy. So again, be flexible in all situations as long as you're honoring yourself and your personal truth. As a higher philosophical and spiritual sign, Sagittarius is progressive, and it helps you align with your truth and your higher self to use that as your guiding compass. And when you do this, you truly do ignite your growth and expand your opportunities. So with the Sagittarius energy, we have the sun and the moon. Both of these are together at 22 degrees, or at least they were this morning. Now, Mercury is also hanging out in Sagittarius at 19 degrees, which is the same degree as the South Node. This is helping you clear out karmic contracts, release past patterns, communicate your truth, stand in your truth, speak your truth, make sure that you're honoring all of the elements Mercury related. So if there's literally something that's happening that's unexpected or out of character for you, it's okay, because you're probably speaking something that you've been internalizing, and now you're verbalizing it on an outward plane. So be open to express whatever is coming up through you, as well as listening to what's taking place, because this will guide and direct you and support you in this process. Communication is about being compassionate for yourself, and being open and willing to listen as well as speak. And sometimes you learn more simply by listening more. So let's look specifically at a chart. I pulled this person's birth chart, their birthday, they're Sagittarius. And so I wanted to show you the Sagittarius sign is this little arrow. So we have the sun, moon, and Mercury over here in Sagittarius. For this person, this is taking place in their 12th house. This relates to spirituality. There's a commitment to serving others and supporting them as well as their own spiritual path. So again, finding out where this is falling for you, since this is in the latter degrees of Sagittarius, the little 12 is in here, and that helps you understand where this is hitting in your chart. Now, this is also getting ready to cross over their Mars. In fact, the moon is probably already over the Mars, and the sun will be moving there in the next day or two. So Mars is about activation, it's anger, aggression, it's the warrior, it's discipline. So if any of those elements are coming up for this person, recognize that, it's just helping you fine tune. How can you be more disciplined? How can you be more aligned with your emotions? And even with the moon moving over it, emotions may erupt. So simply being aware of it and knowing that this too shall pass helps people to recognize that everything is impermanent and we always have the opportunity to change and grow. And that's sort of the foundation of all astrology. It's about relationships and how the planets are playing together and how they're playing in your chart, and how you can sort of discover what's taking place within you with these outer influences that are taking place. So in addition to the Sagittarius energy, we also have Venus over here, still in Scorpio, hanging out over here, just getting ready to move into Sagittarius as well. And it's really helping us in releasing and transforming any of the places that, anything that we no longer love. This can be relationships, this could be job or work, but it's really helping us align with the things that we do love and value. And if we don't love it and we don't value it, it's time to transform it. So whatever that looks like or feels like for you, just tune into what's being released for you and take action, whatever inspired action to release whatever situations or relationships and allow them to fall away so that you can really maximize this. Now over here in Aries, we've got Mars. I just mentioned Mars a little bit because it's the sun and moon are transiting this person's Mars. But Mars is the planet of action, war, anger, aggression. It has to do with willpower and discipline and really just getting things going. It's the energy of the solar plexus, right? So it's that fire energy of just taking action, getting things going. So with this taking place in Aries, there is this huge energy shifting around who am I in the world? What's transitioning for me? How do my skills need to be upgraded? What is my unique contribution to humanity? And how is that supporting me overall in recognizing who I am in the world and taking that to a whole new level? So just being aware of this taking place will fine tune what you're feeling and what's coming up for you as far as, you know, if people are pushing your buttons, it's probably this Mars energy, because it is, Aries is a very personal sign. It's all about you and that individuality. Also, we've got taking place a big transition here with Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto have been grinding away at us and old systems and old paradigms that we've been attached to and old senses of authority, and all of this is shaking free and breaking free. So Jupiter and Saturn are actually getting ready to move into Aquarius next Monday on the solstice, and we're going to have a special class that day too, so I hope you'll join us. But as it's grinding away at this last degree of Capricorn, it's helping you recognize any places where you're not standing in your true authority, or places that you've given your power away. And how can you reclaim that, letting go of people pleasing, or setting unhealthy boundaries, or maybe not even maintaining your boundaries. This will help you in reclaiming your power and making sure that you're claiming that and moving that energy forward as we move into these two planets into Aquarius. These two planets are our teachers. Jupiter loves to teach us through expansion and growth, and Saturn loves to teach us by literally knocking us upside of the head. So even when we get the lessons, sometimes we still feel like we're getting slapped upside of the head. So it'll be nice to have these moving out of the earth signs and this grinding away on this physical plane and moving into the air sign of Aquarius, so that it's more light-hearted and feeling more airy overall. So it'll be interesting as that transitions next week. So once you find where this is taking place in your specific birth chart, what intentions should you be setting with this Sagittarius new moon? Well, there's a couple things. First of all, Sagittarius is adventurous. So what sort of adventures are coming up or that you want to engage in that you can start planning for? It could be new work, new job, new adventure into whatever realms, but just be adventurous and be experimental and try new things. Now, this is also an opportunity for you to explore new options. So is there a way that you need to up-level your skills and that will support you in taking yourself to this next level? This would be a good time to explore options. Maybe you're not happy with the current situation of your job what's going on with your job or work, and this would be a good opportunity to explore options and see what else is out there to support you. This is all about tuning into the bigger picture. So you may have this grandiose idea, and when we move into Capricorn, all those big ideas sort of fall away because now we have the practical side of grinding it into physical form. But make sure that you're keeping your eye on the bigger picture. In the last newsletter that I sent out, I actually have a link where you can click on and get a copy of a vision board idea to help you set your intentions for 2021. So I encourage you to download that and read about it so that you set at least 5 goals that you have for yourself for the new year of things that you want to manifest, and use the information in that download to support you. And then finally, this is about connecting with your higher self on a deeper level. So whatever enhancements, whatever supports you in connecting more deeply, this is an opportunity to expand that and make sure that you are aligned ultimately with the path of your higher self. When you do find out what house this is falling in for you, just be aware that Sagittarius is adventurous and expansive. So once you find out what house this falls in your chart, you can use this table to determine what goals you should set. And I'll be posting this video on newmoonmanifesting.com/podcast, or it goes on my YouTube channel. So you can check this out and go back to this point at basically 5:20, or 20 minutes after the hour, so that you can find out where this is hitting your chart. For example, if this is hitting your third house, this is really about loving to learn. You're the perpetual student and wanting to up-level your skills. Think about what you're wanting to master now and what you're wanting to learn now and how you can find those resources to support you. If this is happening in your 10th house of career, this could really help you resolve any issues, like if your career is not adventurous or it's not supporting your soul, that's an opportunity to tune into something that is more expansive, that, you know, maybe you want to explore the world, like obviously not right now, but there's other ways we can connect with other people around the world to explore other cultures. So you could be, say, like a food critic and explore the world and travel and talk about your adventures in other countries. So again, this chart will support you in fine-tuning what your goals are and tuning into making the most of the Sagittarius energy to celebrate wherever you're at in your life. Now, I always bring in self-care because I know how difficult it is when we get busy that we neglect ourselves. So I just wanted to bring in a couple of options to help you in tuning in and taking care of yourself. So this is a gratitude time of year. Being gratitude and expressing gratitude to others will help you keep your spirits high. It helps you align with what you love and value most. This is also a time of slowing down and making sure that you're scheduling self-care time, whether it's an evening with a hot bath and a face mask or chatting with friends or family. Do something that helps you feel more relaxed and decompress. And finally, this month, strengthen your spiritual connection. What helps you in following your inner guidance so that you feel more connected with your higher source? All right, so I have to talk a little bit about our 12th anniversary, because if you haven't heard, this is our 12th year. We started this in 2008, and the number 12 is magical anyway to me, because I always call upon the Trinity to support me with whatever I'm working on. But this 12 also relates to the Jupiter return. So it takes Jupiter about 12 years to go around all 12 astrology signs. Now, last week in my New Moon Manifesting astrology chart, it crossed back over the original placement from 2008. And Jupiter is one of our teachers. It helps us learn through growth and expansion. So as it's gone through each one of these astrology signs for about a year, it's helped me in up-leveling my skills as an astrologer, as a teacher, as a manifesting queen, and as such is helping me to help you manifest more. This is our 144th master class, 12 years, 12 classes a year. And as such, I've recently completed new training that's going to help people heal and manifest faster. And we'll be using that in just a few minutes. So I'm super excited to share this with you. So the timing of these new tools is perfect because as we're up-leveling New Moon Manifesting, it's going to support you in manifesting more quickly. So to celebrate our new moon, I'm inviting you to 2 specialty classes. One is this Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time again, and it's on frankincense. It'll be the same Zoom link, and I'll send out a reminder on Wednesday. but I'm talking exclusively about frankincense because it's called the king of oils. And this specific essential oil, it is amazing. It helps on a cellular level. It helps with growth and expansion. But this class is not going to be recorded because I'm going to be talking very candidly about this oil and how it supports us on a cellular level. Also, next Monday night, same time as tonight's class, we're going to be holding a solstice activation. And during this activation, I'll also be talking about how to maximize the holy days to manifest more. So they start, it's the 12 days starting the day after Christmas until January 6th. And we work each day with a specific astrology sign to help us in setting our intentions for the new year. So these two programs you're invited to this Wednesday and next Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern time at the same Zoom link, but I'll send out other information. Now, because this is our 144th masterclass, I've been offering New Moon Manifesting for free for the past 12 years. It's been a labor of love. I love doing this class. I love supporting all of you and hearing all of your manifesting magic that's taking place. And since this is a time of giving, I'm asking my New Moon community to support me in gifting 144 emergency relief hygiene kits that doTERRA ships all over the world to people who have experienced natural disasters. Now, each one of these kits contains personal care items, and each kit is $25. And you can donate as many of these kits as you want, and you're able to. And for each $25 donation through the link above, newmoonmanifesting.com/give, you're going to be entered into an amazing giveaway. I'm giving away $1,200 worth of prizes. So let's look at the prizes. So in the prize package is going to include a handmade gold crescent moon. It also includes a manifesting kit that includes crystals and sage and Palo Santo wood and copal, as well as instructions on how to use these. There's also at least $250 in essential oils. I think it's closer to $300. There's 3 specific manifesting blends that you cannot get anywhere but from me. Manifesting More, Momentum, and I haven't decided on the third one. There's also Rose Essential Oil, which is about $100 oil. There's Past Tense Essential Oil Blend that literally helps you release all tension. And then finally, there's doTERRA's Pursue Blend, which is going to help you pursue all of your goals and dreams in 2021. In addition to this, you're also going to get a free coaching session with me. And during the session, we're going to set up your new year to help you strategically create whatever it is that you want to manifest. We'll also be using amazing healing and manifesting tools to help you in releasing any blocks that are holding you back. And then finally, you're going to get a copy of my astrology journal. It's called Manifesting with the Moon. So this entire prize package is worth over $1,200. $100 for each year that I've been doing New Moon Manifesting. So if you're interested in getting entered into the drawing to receive all these amazing gifts, simply go to newmoonmanifesting.com/give to purchase the hygiene kits directly through that link. Also, if you're interested in getting essential oils, let's schedule a time that we can meet. You'll get additional entries into a drawing for this amazing price package if you purchase oils as well. And if you're already on my doTERRA team, you can simply place the hygiene kit in your cart and purchase it and then send me your receipt. In fact, anybody who purchases the kit, please email me your receipt so that I can keep track and get your name in the drawing. So let's talk about the 2 classes that are coming up. As I mentioned, the Wednesday class is on frankincense, the 16th at 8 p.m. Frankincense is amazing. It's called the King of Oils. This is a go-to oil for so many incredible benefits. And during the month of December, with any $200 order, doTERRA gives you frankincense for free. So, and it's a $90 oil. So it's definitely worth the $200 that you spend to get other oils as well as this. But this helps on a cellular level. It helps with the respiratory system, cardiovascular system, nervous system, digestive system, and brain health. It crosses the blood-brain barrier, which no other oil can do. And it helps with clarity of mind, releasing any brain fog that anybody has, and just helps you be more focused overall. In addition, some of my other favorite oils for this new moon, sandalwood. Sandalwood is very grounding. It's one of my favorites for skincare. I add it just a drop with frankincense on my skin every day. It's calming and helps you feel more grounded as a result of being a tree oil. It also enhances your spiritual connection and helping you blast through old beliefs, which this is the time to do it before we step into the new year. And we also have myrrh. So we have frankincense and myrrh. Myrrh is the oil of Mother Earth. It is very grounding energy that supports you in feeling more insightful and aligned with the earth energy and helping work with the earth energy cycles. Now, these three amazing oils are going to be available for purchase on my website at newmoonmanifesting.com/podcast. And you can check out those three specific oils. Or if you have other oils that you're interested in, let's schedule a time that we can do a wellness consult. Again, class for frankincense is this Wednesday, December 16th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. And then finally, we have the Solstice Celebration. This is taking place next Monday night. And we've got Jupiter and Saturn that are going to be moving into Aquarius. Aquarius is all about innovation. It's futuristic. We're going to be doing some incredible activations to help you in really getting the most out of this new transition and activation. And I will be talking about the holy days, as well as what each one of those 12 days means, bringing in essential oils to support each of them. And there will be an ebook to support those 12 holy days and helping you set your intentions for the new year. And finally, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being a part of New Moon Manifesting. This is an amazing community. It's so supportive, and I'm so grateful that you're here and that you're a part of this. I'm incredibly passionate about helping people manifest more. And it's been an interesting and amazing 12 years. I've had a lot of growth through these 12 years, and I look forward to what the next 12 hold. So again, thank you. I just want to really say thank you for being a part of this. And make sure that you're clicking on that vision board activity so you can prepare your vision board and upload it to our New Moon Manifesting Facebook group so that we can see what you're manifesting in the new year. So we're going to go into the manifesting mastery activity, and then I'm going to open up the lines for calls. So this is a little bit different than what we've done in the past. In the past, we would just do meditation. And these are the new tools that I've just recently learned. I've been integrating them with my clients. I've had clients that have had issues with anxiety, with chronic dizziness, with broken bones, with cancer, with, all kinds of interesting health concerns and physical and emotional concerns. And I'm amazed at how quickly this process works, not only for the person that's experiencing, but even participating in this group. So basically the first part of this process is called the peace process. And when we are trying to manifest something, we can have big ideas and great intentions, but what ends up happening is we set this big goal, and then all of a sudden we go into some sort of fear, or there's doubt that comes in, or some sort of frustration that comes in that stops us from actually achieving it. And so we take a step back from our goal and we no longer move towards it. So what we want to do is we want to tune into what you're feeling. So if you know what you're manifesting for this specific new moon, I want you to tune in to just stating what that goal is, and just state that now. And as you say this, I want you to tune into your body. I want you to feel into your body. In fact, I'm going to get out of here and come back to see all of you. Just tune into your body and what's kind of taking place for you. I want you to feel into your body. Just close your eyes. Just feel into your body. When you state your goal, is there some place that you feel it in the body? Is there some angst, some doubt, some fear that comes up when you state your goal? And as you're tuning into your body, I just want you to take one finger and pinpoint exactly where you feel that, where the most intense point is in your body. As you state that goal, you can say it silently or say it out loud, but simply tune in to what's taking place in your body right now. And just be aware, I don't want you to do anything with it. I simply want you to bring presence to what you feel when you state your goal. And that presence is giving these feelings a voice. So often we suppress our feelings and we don't tune into what's taking place in our body. And we discount it, we ignore it, we suppress it. But I just want you to tune in to the point in your body. You don't need to analyze it or do anything with it. Just simply be. Oh, yes, Eva, it does. Yes. So I have a couple of helpers that are helping me out with this hygiene relief kit. And so if Ayana, Rachel, Laura, Cheryl, or Kathleen show up on there, they're my little helper elves with this fundraiser. So if they show up, then you're in the right place. Thanks for asking that. I forgot to mention. Again, just keep tuning into that spot, just bringing your awareness. Be very, very present with what you're feeling right now. And if you had to rate this feeling on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being low or very, minimal, 10 being very intense, just what number would that be for you? And just tune in. If this moves, if the energy that you're focusing on moves, I want you to move your finger to the next most intense point. For some people, the energy may move really quickly. For some people, it may take more time. Whatever it's doing something, and you're doing amazing. So I just want you to be very present with what you feel in your body right now. There's no need to guide this, no need to analyze it, no need to suppress. Just be present. Yes, it can move as you're tuning into it. Absolutely. So just move your finger to wherever the most intense point is. And I'm going to send some high frequency energy to help break it up, to help move that energy. Just giving you support. What I want to have happen for you is create an energy field for you that supports you in releasing any fears you have about achieving this goal, any doubt that you have in actually reaching it. And you really want to stay out of your head, stay in the body, and being present with your finger on the most intense point will help you in tuning into that energy and being very present with it. You're doing great. You guys look fabulous. And stay where you're at. I'm going to have you tune in again as you say your goal, state your goal, Set your intention. Notice if the energy has changed at all. Has the intensity changed? Is it doing anything different? Sometimes the energy will not only move, but instead of feeling heavy and condensed, it'll feel more fluid or have more pliability to it. Just be present to what is taking place within you now. And you may be at a point where you feel fine about it and everything feels great. And if that's the case, the next step is to tune into the action steps that you need to take to achieve this goal. What action steps need to happen? And as you tune into those action steps, and again, if you're not at a 1 or a 0 at this point, I don't even want you to move on. But the next step would be when you get this to a very low number, because I want it completely moved out. And it's interesting as it moves through the body, you know, maybe in the solar plexus where you're feeling, say, a fear of being seen in some capacity, right? And as that layer gets removed, then it moves to a different place, say like your heart, and all of a sudden you're fearing, or let's say your voice, and your voice is fearing, what if they don't align with my message? Or what if my message isn't heard? Or what if I don't speak right? So this is a process of unlayering all of these emotions without needing to know what those emotions are or where they started. Let's just get rid of them. It's so much faster than all the other systems I've ever used. So just continue to be present with what you feel. If you're feeling okay with step 1 of just tuning into the goal, if it feels like, yes, I'm ready to move forward with this goal, then I want you to tune in to the action steps in achieving this goal. And what does that feel like? Sometimes that can feel overwhelming. It's like, yes, I want this big goal, but I don't want to do what it takes. For example, I'm getting ready to move and the action steps are boxing up my house, going through everything to see what I actually need to take. And it's quite a process and can be overwhelming. So I kind of limit myself and give myself an hour a day to work on it so I don't get overwhelmed. Just tune into what you feel when you think about the steps. Even if it's the next step you have to take, what's the next step and how does that feel? Tune into what that feels like in your body. Being very present. Moving your finger to the most intense spots in your body. Staying out of your head and in the body. Our emotions are the driver of our ability to manifest. So when our emotions restrict us from truly aligning with what we want, then it's difficult for us to actually manifest it. So you may want this great big goal, but if you're fearful about getting it or fearful about achieving it, then you're not aligned with what is waiting for you, because your goal is waiting for you. Whatever you want to manifest, whether it's physical, emotional, spiritual, whatever that goal is, it's waiting for you to align with it and bring your energy up to a vibration that is aligned with what it is that you're trying to manifest. We just want to keep all the emotion, all the doubts, all the fears at bay in this process. You guys are doing great. There's some big energy moving. I can feel it. Definitely spiraling up and out. Just be present with what you feel. Step 1 is simply to tune into what it is that you want to manifest. And there's no worry. There's no need to be concerned about, am I doing this right? Because all you're doing is focusing on what you feel. So if you're pinpointing a specific point in your body, then just be very aligned Oh, I love that, Eva, that you're overwhelmingly excited and happy, like extra energy shooting out of my hands and feet. I love this. Fabulous. My hands are like on fire right now, so I can feel the energy going to you guys. Whew. And it's just helping you break up any stagnant energy, any places that you're holding onto, fears, frustrations. Is there anyone who would like to come on live? Go ahead and virtually raise your hand. Click on the raise your hand button. If nobody wants to, that's fine. Just be present. You guys are doing great because I can feel the energy moving through my entire body. So I'm being that conduit to support you and moving that energy out of your system, allowing you to break through any of these blockages that are holding you back from manifesting the things that you want. Just being present to what you feel. And now that you've had a few minutes with this cycle, I want you to tune in wherever it's at right now in your body and rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 again. 1 being low, 10 being high. And tune into what that feels like now. And has it changed? Has the energy changed? You may be feeling energy. You may not feel anything at all. Just be present in your body though. You may be yawning. You may be breathing deeply. You may have a sudden urge to take a deep breath. It's all part of releasing and moving that energy around and getting yourself in a place of acceptance for the next step. Just allow yourself to tune in, be present. That's right, you're doing great. And tune in by stating your goal again. State your goal as if it's actually happened. I am so grateful that I now have, or I have blank, a new job, a new car, a new house. Just tune into what that feels like in the body now that we've been moving this energy. Even Bentley's doing some releasing with the sneezing. We've got the whole crew here helping you, supporting you. So this first process is called the peace process. And it's literally helping you get to a place of peace with whatever you feel. And you can do this anytime, any place. So for example, I did this with a client who had anxiety, and I had her tune into where she was feeling anxious and walked her through this process of just being present, being aware. You don't need to raise your hands up with this. I'm just sending extra energy with it because I really want to blast this out for you. But as she was tuning into her body, the energy was moving, and she got to a point where she was finally at peace. Because what happens when in a situation like anxiety where we feel overwhelmed is we're so fearful we're going to go into that panic state that it actually heightens the intensity of whatever we're feeling. But if we can tune into what we feel and we give that feeling validation to be felt, then we're able to resolve whatever the fear is behind it. And our biggest fear is the fear of feeling our feelings. So if we're fearful about feeling something and we can just be present with what we feel, we can actually give it presence, honor what we're feeling, and release it in the moment. It's so powerful. So I want to go to this view. Does anyone want to share anything that they're experiencing right now or with this process? Nobody wants to share? Rachel? You're still muted. Oh, I think I have to unmute. Let me unmute you. Okay, now try it. There you go. My bad.
So I did have like intense feelings. First, it was in my heart. And then it kind of felt like it was connecting the dots to my, what is that? My throat chakra.
Okay.
And which then shifted just to the left. So I didn't know what that meant. I guess it was just moving out. And then, like Ava, I guess I got more emotional. And then like I started like just a little bit tearing up with the process. And then it was kind of above my eyebrow after that happened. And then it moved into my third chakra.
Okay.
And then
on a scale of 1 to 10, where did it start and where is it at now?
It's probably, see, I don't know. For me, it feels like what I feel feels more like excitement than like a quote unquote block or anything like that. So when it goes away, because it did go up and down. So I probably would say it was an 8. And then it went down to maybe a 4.
Okay.
But now I still feel it more in my solar plexus. That's what it is, in that space. So for me, it just feels like it's saying yes to the intentions that I set. Is that what you call them, intentions?
Yes, your goals or intentions.
My goals. Mm-hmm.
So as you're tuning into these intentions, right now there's no angst or sort of anything that's holding you back from getting this. Is that what you said?
I don't feel like it's anything, but during the process, I did think like, what if I were afraid of anything? You were saying release the things that I guess didn't serve us. I would say that there's something that could be holding me back, but it's out of the, what is it? Like, for the lack of a better term, when people say you're afraid of success. So I don't think I'm afraid of success, but I do wonder about the things that I have to, for me, I guess is, do I have enough power, if you will, to release those things? The one thing that I'm thinking about that I feel is the last caveat, and maybe that's just taking my foot out of one water and putting it into another.
Oh, yeah, and that could be, right? Yes, straddling one system to another.
Mm-hmm. So I think that would be the thing. But I had some good things happen over the weekend. Like when you mentioned how Saturn will make you think about certain things and you go into the old paradigm. But I think I was shown it, like this is your weakness or this is what you have to work on to be, look out for. So I think that it was helpful more than it wasn't. Like in the moment, it feels like, oh my God, why did I do that? And then like after a couple of days, it's like, oh, because it needed to be done. And
oh, nice. Good realization.
Yeah. So something happened and it was a feeling that I was having and I gave myself like the aha moment. And I think that it will be okay.
Got it. I love it. Yeah, in this process, I mean, obviously you may or may not get to 0 right now, But as you're working through this process, you can continue with it and keep tuning in. I always have you tune back into what your goal is or what the intention was, if it was something you're releasing or something that you're manifesting, so that you can truly make sure that it's all gone, right? Because it's hard to go to the next step if we're still kind of dangling in fear or holding ourselves back in some capacity. So, yeah. Love it. Thank you. Anyone else that would like to share? You can raise your virtual hand or your physical hand. We have a small enough group here. Everyone's like, all right, Casey, I think I have to unmute you. All right, you're good.
Hi, Jana. So I have a question. Mine is Sagittarius is in my 3rd and 4th house.
Okay.
But for some reason, when I'm trying to, meditate and think about what I want to manifest, it has nothing to do with my 3rd and 4th house. And I tried, even when we just did this exercise, it was the same theme coming up.
Nope, you're going here. When I find that happens, your higher self is leading you towards something else. And most likely this one is going to be in your 4th house because it's at, 22 degrees. So it's in the latter degrees. I'd have to look at your chart. So, I mean, that relates to emotional security as well as home base. So there may be that's shifting for you, right? Creating a new type of emotional security versus what you've had in the past.
Okay.
System around that. But if your higher self is, giving you a clue what you should be manifesting, by all means, focus on that. There's no need to fight the system.
Okay. Thank you. Just checking.
Thank you. All right. Do you want to speak out loud, Maria? I haven't read the chat. Let me go back here. And, oh, there's the button. The chat's rolled up too far. Maria said she felt the energy in her temple and moved to the frontal lobe, then to the right side of my brain and lifted to my crown. Sounds like it worked its way out. Is there anything left? Are you holding on to, is there any numbers you want to share with us? Maybe pop in the chat numbers that you felt, everybody. And I'm also curious what you found most valuable about our time together. Kristen, I'm going to unmute you and you can share. So drop in the chat what you found most helpful tonight in our class. I'd love to hear from you. All right, Angel, you have this little
hi
over your head.
I seem to always have that halo. I like that.
You do that on purpose.
First of all, thank you for doing this and doing it for 12 years. I don't know if I've been around for all 12, but I know it's been a long time because I keep seeing it pop up in my Facebook memories. Things you posted that I shared many moons ago.
Crazy.
The energy I felt, that's why I said, should we be feeling it moving? Because it was moving kind of rapidly for me. At first, I wasn't sure if it was the frankincense I was ingesting. But
is that indigestion or energy moving, right?
But it, my intention specifically had to do with part of this like new moon and the speaking truth. So it was in my throat chakra, then it was in my solar plexus, and then in my heart. Like it was kind of bouncing, moving, and then kind of similar to what Ava said, except different. Like she felt the excitement. When I knew it had cleared was because I could feel like it moved to my arms, like, or kind of dispersing through the body, like a tingle, where I started feeling a tingle in the extremities. And then, so for the next part that you said, which is, okay, what are the action steps? Well, then that I felt, I want to say maybe it kind of started like in the root chakra. It was anxious, like it was anxiety basically, and feeling that move through the different places, where then though it kind of settled into the heart,
Okay.
which to me felt like embodiment,
Oh.
kind of dropping the anxiety and feeling it embody, and almost like a sense of peace about it.
Uh-huh.
So that's what I had with the energy. Are you coming back to questions regarding the new moon, or should I ask it now?
Yeah, ask me now.
So it's transiting in my 6th house.
Okay.
And I wanted
So-
to know what specifically you'd say beyond the chart for that.
You and me. Oh, wait, it's in my 5th. Yeah, it's in my 5th.
It's a
So 6th house relates to the daily routine. You like things to be expansive, changing, right? Like it's like, oh, I just can't do the same thing over and over and over again. Because it is about, 6th house relates to the minute details, healthy habits, getting systems in place. But Sagittarius is about growth and expansion. So it's like, how do I blossom this idea to be something that's bigger than I even imagined? So I don't know if that relates to any of your goals, but
would that make sense as to why maybe I've been like resisting the routines? Like it seems
yeah,
like
because you're like,
weekends,
this is
you know,
boring. I need something new.
yeah, like for the past several days, I would say I've kind of been like not wanting to do
Yeah.
any of those things that like need to get done. Like I have 3 sourdoughs currently working, 3 different sourdoughs. Like I'm doing anything
don't
but
do
what
just
I should
one.
be
Let's
doing.
do 3, right?
Exactly.
Can I have
I'm
3 sourdough starters, please?
So I'm doing anything but what I should be doing. And yeah, like diving into learning new things as opposed to like digging into the ones I should. So
Yeah,
I
so
guess maybe
definitely
that's it.
your
Shaking up the routine.
Yep,
Okay.
absolutely would be good. Yeah,
And you'd say, and now look at how I could apply that to upcoming goals.
absolutely. Right,
Okay.
like what new systems do you need that, give you the freedom and flexibility? Because with this in Sagittarius, it's all about being adaptable, right? So it's not that rigid, I got to do step A, B, and C. It's like maybe I do A and then I do D and then I come back to B, and so it's just kind of honoring that part.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, I'm going to unmute you, Maria. I have to read in here that Lasana went from an 8 to a 1-2, 1 or 2. Wow. Yeah, and that's why I wanted to share this peace process with y'all, because I'm like, oh my God, if you can get to an emotion like that and not have to tie into the emotion and like rehash it and, drag it back up and when did this happen? And it's like, just feel it and get rid of it, right? Like there's no need that we have to hold on to it. Let me find Maria, there you are. All right, you can unmute yourself. Hey dude, sit down. Yeah.
Okay, first of all, it's nice to meet you and thank you for the invite.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
The pressure I felt on the temple almost gave me a headache. So it was kind of high, like maybe an 8. And
Okay.
then it's still kind of lingering, actually. It's on the crown of the head. It hasn't dissipated. It's like maybe like a 4, but it just feels like it's just lingering. But it's almost feels like energy moving in a circle.
Okay. Yeah, it definitely feels like it's spiraling upward and out.
Yes.
Because once it like hits the crown or your legs and goes down, it's like the energy's moving. It's letting go of blocking it in any capacity. And obviously we did this in a really, in what, 10 or 15 minutes. So just spending a few more minutes and being present with where it's at now and allowing it to finish its process will support you in completely eradicating it.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
Thank you. Cheryl says that hers went from an 8 to a 3-ish. No idea what my goal was at first. And then I got very clear. It's all about divine order. I love that. Anyone else want to share or have questions about the new moon? Oh, I keep going to the wrong thing. All right, Jane. All right, you can unmute now, my dear.
Thanks. Yeah, always nice to hear your sage advice and share with like-minded people. Okay, so I did my chart after the last one, or I found out my chart. So thank you.
Awesome.
I know what you're talking about now because I.
It's like, oh, this makes sense now.
It makes total sense. It makes total sense. I'm so excited.
Love
Okay.
it.
So I'm super excited because Sagittarius is in my 5th house. And that's the fun one, right?
Fun house, yes, fun, children, expansion. I know mine is too, so let's go party, girl.
Yeah, right. Let's put the F back in fun, especially during a pandemic. But, you know, come on, like we gotta.
Spice it up.
Okay, yeah, spice it up. Okay, so what manifests, right? Because like my career is going really well, right?
Fabulous.
Book launched, everything's awesome. But yeah, would like to have some more fun and romance. So okay, so how can I do this? What do I have to do?
Yeah, I would definitely tune into what that looks like for you.
Okay.
Right? So like what is fun? I'd make a list of all the things that are fun and tune
Okay.
into which ones really feel fun. Because you can even do the peace process like that. Like you can write down stuff and then you look at it and you're like, yeah, I wrote it down, but I don't really like doing that all the time, right? And so you kind of cross those off. But
So
I would
this is
definitely tune into that.
activities, friends.
Activities, relationship, characteristics of that relationship. Like what would be fun in a relationship?
Ah, okay.
Yeah, because this is all about love and being that childlike, that childlike perspective of, tuning into bigger possibilities. So I don't know what you do for work or if this is side, but it's like you have these big ideas and big vision.
Right.
And then it's like, okay, where do I go from here?
Right. No, I know. The possibilities are endless. Okay, this is good. All right.
And
so
even the travel, because the 9th house or the Sagittarius relates to long distance travel, higher education, philosophy, all of those things. So it's like, oh, let's put together a girls trip and take off, right? Like that would be a fun thing that supports the Sagittarius energy.
okay.
Right? So it's doing things with groups of people or, exploring different cultures or
Writing this
obviously
down.
we're restricted on that, but there's, you can do research on that stuff and learn about
Oh,
places
sure.
you want to go.
In my head, I'm already there, right?
I know.
Like, I have the most vivid imagination ever.
You and me both.
This is good. Okay. And finding a fun guy. That's when so that
I know,
so I'll
fun
report
guy.
next time. I'll report next month on how it went.
Okay, you and me both. There's mine's in my 5th house too, so I'm looking for the same thing.
There you go. Okay, we'll have to compare notes.
Let's do. Absolutely.
I always say, if you know anyone, let me know. If he's got a brother, let me know. There you go. Okay.
Exactly. Sierra
All right.
says, what does it mean if Sag is not located in any of your houses? It is located in one of your houses because all the astrology signs are on the wheel. You may not have any planets in it, but it still is in your chart. So it's a little arrow for the symbol. So once you find that, then you can figure out what's going on. All right. Who else? Questions about the new moon? Questions about what's going on? All right, Kimberly, you're up, Buttercup.
Hey, thanks for doing this again. I really appreciate it. I'm learning a lot.
Good.
So, that is in my 3rd house.
Okay.
And I had a kind of earlier insight about this being about unconditional abundance for myself. It's just something I think that came through to me personally. And I was curious if, in looking at the third house being about exploring the world, the perpetual student, eager learner, is this maybe about me learning about myself is kind of what's coming through to me, like exploring myself.
Sure. Absolutely. Right. Because we have to know ourselves first before we can really manifest anything outside of us. Right. So it's like, yeah, that internal know thyself is absolutely paramount to anything, because everything begins with and ends with you. So every relationship is a reflection of you. So if things aren't working out, it's like, okay, well, what within me needs to resolve what they're reflecting at me, right? So yeah, this would be an awesome time for self-discovery. This whole year has been about self-discovery. So it doesn't surprise me that, you know, you're kind of in that realm right now.
Yeah, this was the energy that I was feeling was all throughout my sacral chakra area, and then kind of worked its way out through the root and out. Very, you know, not a heavy energy, very much kind of like these sort of like dancing, sparkly little like touch points all over, which I thought was really funny and interesting. And
like little fairies dancing.
Yes. Yeah, there wasn't, which was nice, because there wasn't a heaviness associated with it, but there was a sense of energy moving, which I think was good for me in a lot of different ways.
Interesting location, because Saturn relates to the root chakra, like it's all the grounding energy of the authority kind of outside of us that oppresses us. And then Jupiter relates to the sacral. So it's like learning about yourself through, you know, your creativity and just really who you are. So interesting that you experience both of those, with the fact that both of these planets are at critical degree in Capricorn right now and getting ready to move. So by next week, you could have a completely different feeling as this is unpacking itself and able to, you know, finally resolve some of the old systems that you've held on to around it.
Yes, that really resonates with me. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Cheryl, look at you. Your hair looks so adorbs.
Hey, that's me, just adorbs.
You are.
So I'm sitting here in the Diva Den, surrounded by candles. Oh, which are melting all over the Diva Den, but that's okay. And surrounded by Santa shenanigans chaos, so that's where the divine order is coming in. But I pulled my chart, and it's interesting because looks like it's in my third house, okay, primarily, and probably what I did a meditation this morning, actually during the eclipse. That was pretty cool. But I'm trying to figure out, you know, goal-wise. And when we last talked about this, Jan, I talked about it being atomic habits, just those baby steps I'm going to take every day. And so, you know, the third house is communication, isn't it?
Yeah, it's communication. It's about learning. So it usually has to do with teaching, learning, writing, speaking, you know, so it can be all of those types of things.
And I know, you know, that Saturn heads out of my sign, right? For a long time. Okay.
Thank you, Lord Jesus. I'm just going to say that right now.
So,
Cheryl,
I know. Thank you, Greg.
So I'm super grateful.
I am so grateful. I am so grateful. Okay. But it's, you know, it's interesting because it talks about, you know, declutter, reduce waste, make better use of your resources, and a lot of it's about money, right? and lifting that weight. Okay. So building my resources and things. And I know that this has been changing. I guess it's, you know, I liked your suggestion about 5 goals, you know, for 2021. But I'm, you know, trying to figure out like, what are those goals? I mean, sometimes it's just, did I shower today? That could be, you know.
That's not a goal, right? Like,
Showering could be a goal.
Yeah. I want you to put the.
And I'm dressed today.
I know that's a bonus,
Yeah.
right?
That was a goal.
By pulling the, I specifically want you to pull the vision board exercise that I posted. There's a PDF in
You
the
just
last
froze. You want me?
email. So when you look at that, it's going to give you some insight of what to do. And then since you're in the Money Mastermind group,
Yeah.
we're actually going to integrate our goals on the 5th of January in our mastermind. So, you know, between
So where's that?
start thinking about what those 5 things are. And I give you $1 million bill. There's $1 million bill on the bottom of the, I know. So cut that,
make money.
put it on your freaking bullet, on your vision board, right?
Lots and lots of money.
I actually found $2 million when I was going through all my stuff. I had these $1 million bills. And so I put them in my prosperity corner in 2 places of my house. But it talks about if you were given $1 million, you can't save it, you can't give it away, you can't spend it on anybody else. It's just up to you. What do you do with that $1 million? That's where I want you to start. That's the kind of mindset I want you to get into in creating this. And I know for some goals, that $1 million is just going to be like a step in the right direction. But I want you to think about, wow, if I was really given $1 million, what would I do?
I know what I do. I get on a plane, first class, best hotels, all the way around the world.
Now we're limited, right? Like,
what?
Even right now, that's limited. But I'm not saying that can't happen, right? But it's like, okay, well.
I know, but I can dream.
Exactly. So put it on your board.
All right. Okay. So I'm seeing new moon manifesting. Oh, I did that already. Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So
you froze.
So just learning and growing and all the same. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll get it. Maybe I'll get it this decade.
Why not?
All right. Thank you. Or not, right? Okay.
Why not? Who else? Questions about this new moon? What's coming up? What they felt during the peace process? Did you feel anything? Anything anyone wants to share? Either virtually or physically, raise your hand. Going once, going twice. All right. Well, we will wrap up tonight. I'm super excited about this new moon and the energy that this solar eclipse is bringing in, because it's intensifying and magnifying all the stuff that we want to create. Make sure that you're tuning into self-care. If you feel inspired, join us on Wednesday night for the frankincense class, or next Monday, I should say, for the solstice activation, as well as manifesting with the holy days. And make sure you click on the link to newmoonmanifesting.com/give and participate. I have 5 different helpers. So if Ayana's name comes up, if Kathleen, Cheryl, Rachel, and Laura, excuse me, I'm still releasing stuff for you guys. As stuff is, if their names come up, then you're in the right place. And I actually have that listed on the website. So you know you're in the right spot. If you do have questions about oils and want support in figuring out what oils will support you most, definitely reach out and let's schedule a time to connect in the next couple of days. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for making this 144th class absolutely amazing. As always, I love your energy. I love you all. And thank you for participating. Have a wonderful new moon. I'll see you soon.